You can choose a life of ease and comfort, or you can choose a life of service and adventure. Which one of those, when you're 90 years old, are you going to be more proud of?
A well thought out critique of whatever you're doing is as valuable as gold. And you should seek that from everyone you can, but particularly your friends. Usually your friends know what's wrong, but they don't want to tell you because they don't want to hurt you.
You want to associate with people that are better than you are. I mean, basically, you'll go in the direction of the people that you associate with, and you want to have the right heroes.
You know, I always think that you should start with the problem that you're trying to solve in the world and not start with deciding that you want to build a company.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up.
No matter how good we are, we can still be better. You can always be better. Customers have a divine discontent, and they teach you if you listen to customers.
If you're going to create a company, the first thing you should try to do is create a working prototype. Everything looks great on PowerPoint. you can make anything work on PowerPoint. But if you have an actual demonstration article, even if it's in primitive form, that's much more effective for convincing people.
You control your time, and that sitting and thinking may be a much higher priority than a normal CEO who, there's all this demand and you feel like you need to go and see all these people.
If you really look at the ones that ended up being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough.
Anything to do with software is a low capital endeavor. So I didn't have any money. I just had a bunch of student debt. But software you can just write, like by yourself. And you don't need a lot of atoms, like you don't need a lot of tooling and equipment, and so it's not capital intensive. So the ability to start a company, if it's software related, and it's the first company, is much easier.
Most people just aren't as obsessed with improving things. They get pigeonholed in the box and they're like, oh, I just need to improve. It's not, it's just a mindset. Like every single thing can be improved.
The only thing I believe you can do is prepare. And the world is going to change many times. The environment's going to change many times. You sort of have to have a North Star and stay with the North Star and let those things go on about you and sort of find your journey.
Given that, even if you're the best, there's always a chance of failure. So I think it's important that you really like whatever you're doing. If you don't like it, life is too short.
Is if you have a dream, you just got to go for it. Now, there's a point at which you have to say, enough, it's not working, let's go on to the next thing. But I'd stretch it out before I got to that point, because a lot of times, just before you turn that last corner is the time that you really get depressed. And just think of what would happen if you hadn't gone around that corner.
Every job comes with pieces you don't like, and we need to say, that's part of it. And not resent those pieces, or try not to, but also try to minimize them. The most important thing for creating companies is you need a concentration of talent. It's like creating think of like a world sports team or something. You really want to focus your talent on a particular area.
In order to have a successful life, it's just a matter of, first of all, having enough dreams, so dream big. Then embrace your realities, understand how reality works. So dreams, plus an understanding and appreciation of reality, plus enough determination so that you go through that over and over. That will give you a successful life.
In business, a lot of things are, I call it folklore. They're done because they were done yesterday and the day before. And so what that means is if you're willing to sort of ask a lot of questions and think about things and work really hard, you can learn business pretty fast. It's not the hardest thing in the world.
Depending upon how well you want to do, particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? Well, when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. The website was up during the day, and I was coding at night, 7 days a week, all the time.